I don't really see why it's a problem that my mother, you know, the grandmother of my child has to...
Well, because I'm not the one that got pregnant on prom night. You wouldn't be having this problem.
Okay.
That wasn't my decision.
Okay, but you're my mother.
It is your responsibility.
I just feel like I don't really have to owe her anything.
Because she's your mom, you don't believe you need to pay her something.
That's what I thought.
Brace up, folks, because this courtroom showdown is hotter than Grandma's Child. We've got an entitled parent who thinks raising her own kids is an optional side quest and expects her mom to be the full-time nanny while she lives her best self-care life. CIS is so out of touch with reality, I'm half expecting her to demand a participation trophy for showing up today. But here's the kicker, the judge is about to drop a truth bomb so hard it might just knock her Wi-Fi out. So what's the verdict, people? Are you riding with Team Grandma or rooting for this delusional disaster? Let me know in the comments and let's roast this situation together.
Judge, I have a really great daughter. However, we have a kind of a bad situation. My daughter seems to be so busy sometimes that I think she knows she's a mom, but she kind of has other responsibilities that she's kind of putting in the forefront of everything. And so it's the last 2 years it's kind of gotten difficult for me. We have one baby girl, her name is London, and she's almost 2, and my daughter is trying to go to college, work, be a mom, and you know, everything else that she wants to be. And so it's just gotten to a point where it's kind of ridiculous because I need some assistance financially, and unfortunately I'm not getting it.
So I am a full-time student, college student.
Okay.
So I'm spending most of my times, you know, at nights going to school. But on top of that, I also work for the university during the day.
What do you do?
I'm actually an intern, full-time intern for the psychology program. And so.
Is that a paid position?
Yes, it is.
How much are you paid?
Well, I just got a promotion.
That's
to
good.
50,000.
Okay.
Yeah. I just feel like I work, you know, all day. I go to school at nights. I don't come home.
Congratulations. We all work all day.
Yeah, I don't get home until like midnight, and I mean, I don't really see why it's a problem that my mother, you know, the grandmother of my child has to...
Well, because I'm not the one that got pregnant on prom night. You wouldn't be having this problem.
Okay.
That wasn't my decision.
Okay, but you're my mother, right? So
I had
you
one
always said
child.
you wanted a grandchild, didn't
I
you?
had one child. Yes, I wanted a grandchild, but it would have been nice if you would have got married first and had someone to share the responsibility with, not me.
You know, I can't do it by myself, though.
You're not doing it by yourself.
I'm trying to use that money, right? So that way I can pay for my tuition for college.
Well, I can appreciate that, honey, but you know what? Your main responsibility is being a mom.
I agree with your mom. This is your child, and you said something very key while you were talking. You said grandmother.
Right.
You're her child. She raised you. It is not her responsibility to raise your child.
Right.
It is your responsibility.
I just feel like I don't really have to owe her anything.
You don't feel like you should pay your mother? If your daughter were going to daycare, you would be paying the daycare, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you feel like they should be paid?
Yes.
They're taking care of your child, looking after your child, changing diapers, feedings. They should be paid, right?
Right.
Your mother is doing everything I just named, correct?
Yes.
So it logically follows that she should be paid too, right?
Yeah.
So what's your issue?
Well, she uses her money for the school loans, and I can appreciate that she doesn't want to have school debt.
Right.
But
Yeah,
now
that's a
that
good
she's
thing.
making more money, she's going to have to give me a little bit of that. They live with me. The house is paid. We don't have that bill. So I know she wants to be responsible and not have any debt, but you know, mommy doesn't need to be having no debt and worried about diapers and all that too. And she does try to help, but it's just not enough. And now that she's got a promotion, I feel like she needs to take a little bit more responsibility. I've done everything I can, sweetie.
You know that I'm a double major, right?
I know that, sweetheart. But like I said,
I can't afford
London
to
is
do that.
important too. So
I know she is. And that's why I leave her with you.
well, just like I did a good job with raising
I
you.
leave her with you. and you leave your child with your mother and do not believe that your mother should receive some sort of financial assistance?
I feel like I give something back by being in school.
This woman is so out of touch, she's practically living on another planet, probably one with no custody laws or common sense. Like, seriously, does being in school now come with a get out of parenting free card I missed in law class? I feel for this poor grandma. She seems like the kind of woman who bakes cookies for the neighbors, not raises her grown daughter's kids because someone doesn't understand parental responsibility is not transferable. Major shout out to the judge, though she handled this delusional brat like a pro and delivered a gavel to Thief's reality check. But here's the million-dollar question: will this entitled train wreck have to cough up some cash to her mom stick around? Because the legal tea is about to spill in this final verdict.
You know, once I do get that education,
What are you
that
giving
degree,
back by being in school?
I'm giving her.
What are your plans after school?
Well, I'm majoring also in psychology, so I
Okay.
planned on opening my own clinic, doing a clinical psychologist, and then from there I could, you know, take care of my own daughter by then. I just right now need
And
some
move
assistance.
out?
Yeah, move out.
And your mom still takes care of the baby?
No, I could take care of the baby by then. I just need a little bit of help
You
and
can
assistance.
take care of the baby by yourself now.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate that.
So I'm still not hearing what your issue is.
My issue is just,
Because she's your mom, you don't believe you need to pay her something.
that's what I thought.
Because if you think about it, you really don't live there. You just going to sleep. Mom is taking care of the baby. You'd agree with me, right? If you're
Yeah.
coming in at midnight, the baby is with your mom all day. You're literally coming to the house, not seeing the baby, because if it's at midnight, the baby is asleep, I'm assuming.
Right.
And you're going right back out
I
to go
tuck
to
her
school and
in.
work.
I tuck her in.
She's already tucked in, so you just pull the covers over a little higher.
I give
That's
her
what you do?
Good
Sometimes she
night.
wakes her up, Judge, and just to play
You
with her for a
wake
little
up the
while.
baby at midnight.
Just so I can give her a kiss, you know, read her little stories, so that way there is some sort of bonding between us, since I do work, you know, all night long and go to school and all that.
Oh, well, that's nice. But what's going to be nicer is you're going to give your mother some of that money for taking care of your child, because she is footing the bill. She's taking care of everything. And if you think about it, technically you're not even living with her. You're only staying there at night for a couple of hours. Right. And the baby is with your mom. And I'm assuming this happens on the weekends too?
No, on the weekends she does stay home, and you know she does help. And like I said, she does like that. She's like not like that girl that goes clubbing and stuff. She does take that responsibility serious.
Yes.
It's just her job and school, and now she's going to work full time. Now she's going to be working more with the promotion.
Right, because I got that promotion.
You know, that kind of leaves us with a little extra money and no time, because we hardly had any time now. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like now that she's going full time.
Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start your child support so you can at least give mom some sort of assistance. Now, at the time that you move out of the house and you have the child on your own 100%, mom is not babysitting. Mom is not, well, not even babysitting. The child is living with your mom.
Okay.
If the child is no longer living with your mom, your daughter is with you 100% of the time, then you can come back and see me to stop child support at that time.
Okay.
But until that happens, mom is going to receive some sort of financial break, essentially,
Right.
until that time happens. So it's going to be based off your income, and you just said that you make $50,000 a year now.
Mm-hmm.
So at $50,000 a year, that brings your gross to $4,167. Your net is $3,516.78. So what I'll do is order you to be responsible for that health insurance and give you a credit of $100 towards the health insurance, okay?
Okay.
So that'll make your monthly child support obligation $803 to your mother.
Sorry, baby. You got to learn.
Okay.
Justice served folks. Maybe that $800 a month will be enough for this grandmother to buy diapers, food, and maybe even a well-deserved spa day, since after this fiasco, she deserves it. Honestly, by the end of it, the entitled daughter didn't seem too terrible. Maybe the judge's reality check actually got through to her thick skull. What do you guys think? Did she finally learn her lesson? Or is she just going to cry victim the next time her mom asks for a little accountability? Let's be real, balancing school and taking care of a baby isn't impossible. Plenty of parents do it every day without dumping the responsibility on someone else. The least she could do is assist her mom instead of treating her like a free daycare service. Like, seriously, even a thanks for raising my child while I scroll TikTok would go a long way, but nope, she'd rather play down too busy card like her mother doesn't already have a life of her own. Some people really just don't get it until the law steps in and spells it out for them. And can we talk about child support for a second? It's wild how some people act like paying for their own kids is some outrageous injustice. News alert: if you bring a baby into this world, it's your obligation to provide for them. You don't get to opt out because you're too busy or still finding yourself. The law doesn't care if you're in school working or on Mars. Parenting is not something you can just defer like student loans. I mean, come on, it's 2024. We've got laws for this, and they exist for a reason. The judge absolutely nailed it with this ruling. Props to her for laying down the law and reminding this woman that motherhood isn't a part-time gig. And shout out to grandma for holding it together through all of this. Imagine raising your kid and then having to raise their kid because they decided parenting wasn't convenient for them. She's the real MVP here. And I hope she uses that $800 to treat herself because she deserves more than just financial support. She deserves peace of mind. So what do you guys think about this breakdown? Was the judge too soft, or did she hit the perfect balance between justice and compassion? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button and don't forget to sub for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you can't handle parenting, maybe don't have kids, or at least don't try to hand them off to someone else. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.